Most people have no clue that this is happening. A lot of people never saw this coming, but it's here. You know, God gives me the synchronicities. Sometimes I'm not a big fan. Um, I had no clue that this smoke was coming today. Um, yeah, in the area, there's just been fire that's been going on for over a month now, and a couple weeks ago it rained for many days, and it kind of stopped. And today I woke up. I planned to do this live stream outside, and here we are in the smoke yet again. So this is it's very interesting what's going on in the world, and a lot of people have no clue what's going on. And it's the micro and the macro. So when we're going to be breaking down what's happening for all of us on an individual level. When we see parts of the world burning down, it's actually on the map, and it's just like this is the fire that's been going on, and sitting out in the smoke today. To think about it, I should have replanned and went back inside, but this is the feel. Sometimes we have to feel what's really going on in the world, and people have no clue. Like, people have no clue that these fires are burning. People have no clue. They're focused on the fake TV. They're going to their fake job. They have absolutely no clue. The smoke alert is part of the of the Weather Channel now. Cristal will be popping bottles very soon. I appreciate everyone coming on this very powerful chat today. We're going to push this out to the world. Hit the like button as you're coming in. Many people are looking at surface level, and they're not seeing what's happening in the background. We have so much to break down today. A lot is happening in the background. But when you're distracted at the surface level, you're not seeing what's actually very important. A fundamental understanding is changing. It's fundamental. These are the fundamentals. And that's why if you're a person and you're on the cusp of waking up, this is the channel for you. And you say, the things that I've done in the past, they're just not working anymore. If you're live, you could make a comment. Raise your hand in the emoji, leave a comment on the replay. What was working for me, all of us, it's not working for me anymore. Fundamentally, you have to change. Fundamentally, we all have to change, because how the world was operating, the stuff that was operating in the background that we're not really aware of. Brittany's talking about flooding in Michigan. Okay, so and this is a biblical time period. So we have the smoke, we have fires, we have floods. There's a lot and some people don't care. Some people just want to go back and waste their lives and go on the loop. We're going to discuss the loop today. But something has shifted. Something has already hit this earth. I've discussed this. For those that are new, you can watch that video. It happens energetically before it manifests physically. And once that energetic shift has occurred, you can't go back. So if you're on this today and you say, the way that I lived, it can't work for me anymore, something has fundamentally shifted. People have no clue that this has happened. The act of observation. When you go on TV, I saw it on TV. It's on TV. When you go on TV, when you see mainstream media and a lot of fake popular influencers out there in the modern society, this goes beyond mainstream right now. You are being distracted from what's really going on. And there's a reason for this in quantum physics. We got to break out quantum physics today. The act of observation brings conscious measurement and collapses an infinite field of possibilities. there are many people that have woke up to this. Ways that you could wake up if you knew. You could look up the Mandela effect. I have videos on the Mandela effect. I know that we were programmed that the reality is solid and there's only one reality. It's not true. There's an infinite field of possibilities. And as we move forward in our life, we are tuning into a new frequency. But when you observe, that's why you're distracted. Wake up, son. Wake up, girl. You're distracted. The act of observation brings conscious measurement, collapses the infinite field of possibilities into a definite outcome. There are things that you observed in the past year. You can never go back, because once you observe it as the observer, you have the definite outcome. When you sit, maybe at home, you're questioning the universe, you're questioning reality, you're questioning what you see on TV, and then there's going to come a time in your life. There's going to come a time in your life where all of these infinite possibilities, all the confusion, well, there's a lot of confusion out there, right? I know you're confused. You could click subscribe. Take the journey with us. We have a great time here on this channel. Fit Brit, we hit the green hearts today. I'm going to be discussing the heart chakra. And when we see this earth burning right now, that's the sacred heart is burning. It's actually green. We have the beautiful greens today. Your heart chakra is green. It's not red. That's your root chakra. There's a fundamental shift that must occur. You thought that your brain is leading the way. It's wrong. The way that your brain is used to navigate information that you're taking in as you are in this world, in this realm, taking the journey, but it's always been your heart. The heart of the world is pumping right now. It is the micro and the macro for those that are new. When you see and feel the earthquakes that are happening, right? I just had a massive earthquake in Japan. The other day, there was like so many, we did it on the live stream. I forget the amount in one day that was recorded, like 1,000 earthquakes, some of them, very small. But these anomalies are the shifts. So you might be sitting at home and you feel an earthquake in your stomach. Your heart is, you're shifting your mode. You're shifting to a creator mode, to a person that actually leads with the heart. If you lead with the brain, that's why humanity was going extinct. It's a fundamental shift that's happening. Listen to the message today, and you get this through. You fix the brain, you put the heart first. Okay, this is a fundamental understanding, not understanding, not underneath it. It's from inside of you. So this is how we shift. Your heart sends more information to your brain than your brain sends information to your heart. So this is the flow of information. You could write this down. This whole shift right now is all about the flow of information in your body. The flow of information is supposed to go from the heart to the brain. And people have been shoving it down, and that's why their lives are imploding, their relationships, terrible loops, terrible job loops, terrible everything. You're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. Sometimes you got to tell people, they don't hear you though. If you're able to focus your attention throughout this talk today, you're going the wrong way. Some people can't hear it because they're literally operating the wrong way. And when you reverse this and you go to the organic way, the God way, the God inside of you way, look at that, 144. Beautiful. This is all about the flow of information. The flow of information from in you, and obviously the flow of information that we get from sources. Flow of information from the TV to you. We'll probably see a massive shift on the mainstream TV at some point this year. A lot of people know about this. And we'll see a massive shift on the social media, because that has a lot of pitfalls that are pulling people. Remember, your attention is your frequency. Are you focused on that negative timeline, or are you focused on the timeline of positivity, of real, actual love? I see the chats blowing up. A lot of people are well versed on these things. This is where you want to really focus on the, you can't do this if you're in that mindset. It is impossible. You can't spiritual bypass these things, right? You can't get a spiritual guru to fix you. This operating system on the inside, and there's an operating system in this world behind the scenes. What TF has been happening behind the scenes? Does anyone want to comment down below? Got to wake up today. Got to share this video today. Got to rise up, because some people have no clue. And right now, even the information can be available. They still can't see it or hear it. They have no clue. You have a clue. You have a clue. Because their reticular activating system is programmed to something else. It's literally in front of their face. I did a full video on this. You watch this. It's called NPC consciousness. Watch my video. It's blowing up right now. NPC consciousness. And it's just the way it's not anyone's fault, but we have to, this is where your heart chakra activation overrides everything. The heart chakra overrides everything. That's why when they depicted Jesus Christ, you have that beautiful fire heart exploding outwards. That is an actual thing. If you still, and again, the way you operate is according to your belief systems. Dr. Bruce Lipton, biology of belief, so important. Biology of belief, so important. Okay? Michelle writes, everyone has their own level of perception. Your perception becomes your reality. This is actually a blend of realities, but as I share, and we keep it simplified, some people are ascending, and some people are descending into the supermassive black hole, life force energy drained, gloom and doom, love and light. Which one? Ooh, which one are you? Let's play a game. Let's play a game in the comments section. Are you gloom and doom, or are you love and light? You write it down in the comments. Let's get 1,000 people to write. You choose, and then we'll see how which one gets the most. Are you gloom and doom, or are you love and light? So some people are programming their reticular activating system, and they're looking towards that gloom and doom, and that's going to become your reality. Some people are programmed to the love and light, and that's why you're getting the beautiful relationships. You're getting the beautiful jobs that are in alignment with you, that are actually not draining you. You love your job, which is not a job, it's a vocation. The heart, this electromagnetism. Okay, as Nikola Tesla said, electromagnetism. That's what you got to focus on, the driving force of this universe that we're in. The heart reads the environment and sends information to the brain. And I told you, it's that brain. It's that brain that's messing you up. The heart reads the environment, sends information to the brain. But if the brain is loaded with these programs, you deny your own heart because of fear, the stuff in the brain. The brain is filtering, sorting, and predicting. That's not heart and soul. It's that rational mind. That's the familiar past. Oh, I really like this divine masculine. I really feel, my heart feels for this man, but I'm going to run away, right? Because I'm going to predict, right? I'm going to run away from love. That's why when the relationships, and I've shared this with a lot of my brothers out there, we just see shift shows, right? My video where I discussed how people are it's devastation after devastation, terrible relationship after terrible relationship, because you're denying your heart. You go with the rational brain. The brain is predicting certain things, and when you're in the brain and you're out of the heart, you fail. You go to work. You go to work and your heart is telling, I want to do this work, but maybe I have to take less money to do this work. Maybe I have to put everything on the line, but this is for my soul. This is what my heart's telling me to do, right? But the rational brain says, I could have this job in the golden handcuffs and this is the money. A lot of people went through a great resignation over the past few years. They don't work. They left the city. They left Manhattan. And we have a buddy still doing the same thing. So where we are right now, most people did not have a clue that this shift was happening. If a person is still doing and they can't hear you, the person that's getting this message, you're here. You don't go back. You don't go back to the jobs in that lifestyle that's not supporting you and your health and moving forward. You don't go back to the narcissistic It's the same thing. It's the same loop. And because you're in the loop, it's because of the brain and the subconscious programs that are running. You deny the heart. When you switch modes, I do a lot of this work, and a lot of it has to go in the brain, your perception. And then your trillions of cells will respond. Your trillions of cells will respond to what those biology of beliefs are. The heart activation, the heart chakra activation overrides these things. Where'd you get the problems from? Programs from? Which are problems? Right? TV, the hyena click at the workplace, the hyena gym in the gym locker room, the hyena click, right? In wherever else you might go. And you'll see this on your journey. And then you go through that isolation, and then all of a sudden you don't fit into the world. But then where people fall, that was a good one. They go back, and we're not going back at this moment. And that's why people don't have a clue, because if you've never seen the light if you've only watched mainstream TV, you have no clue what's going on right now. Elizabeth knows the hyena click. She writes, I remember it well. You guys, especially our women, it's just the design of this. If you're the divine feminine, they will do whatever they can to keep you in that, right? Men kind of function a little different. You're the divine feminine that's listening, right? My DFs are here. Put the violet flame in the chat. Gotta stay away from them, right? Because they're concerned with Instagram and OnlyFans and all this other stuff, right? But then at the end of the day, divine feminine, hear the divine masculine. Hear it, woman. Here, there goes the violet flame. At the end of the day, the carcass of Jezebel will be consumed by the dogs. Period. This is where people are rising right now. You got to say, I got to disconnect from the ego. I got to go with my heart. And people made the decision. When you went with unconditional love, you're here. You're healthy and strong and growing, right? Having a great time right now, reconnecting with a good friend of mine. We've grown so much in a post-2020 world. Listen to the words. In a post-2020 world. 3 T's went through the roof. And with these 3 T's, it actually disrupts, because everything is a signal. Dr. Bruce Lipton talks about the signal. Well, that signal from the heart, brain coherence, those that are on their spiritual wellness journey, heart, brain coherence, if you understand this term, heart, brain coherence, what could disturb the signal? The 3 T's will destroy the signal, and then you'll be numb to all these things. You're numb to your heart. You don't understand what's going on. You never see. They don't teach you these things on mainstream. Hit a subscribe button. All right, let's put us up on the mainstream TV. You don't see these things. You're worried about politics. You're worried about clowns in clown world. You're not worried about your family. You got to worry about your family, friends. That's what I'm focused on. Family, friends, community, God. Family, friends, community, God. Write them down. That's what differentiates me, my good buddy that's visiting, the men that I know, and the beta boys that fell. They fell in a post-2020. Got to be strong right now. And when you're here in the heart, this heart don't crack, bro. It cracks open. Yeah, you're gonna go through things, brothers. You're gonna go through things. Say, what do I have to go through this? God, why I gotta go through this for? That was me too. Me too. I said, what I gotta go through this for? Makes you strong. Makes you strong. Refinement process, right? Then nothing could touch you anymore. You go through this process, the covert narcissist, you'll never have one ever again because you know exactly. You know them by them fruits. You'll never get into another job that drains you like a human battery, and then you turn around and you said, wow, I wasted all these years in a job, and that was it. All the time I could have had with my family, all the time. And I see this. And one of the things that's why God gives me this journey to see this. Imagine, I see women and they're great and powerful, older women, and they still can't stop working, right? If you're a woman, right? That's why you want to click subscribe here. Your nervous system is everything, girl. Imagine you're this late in life and you still have to work a 40-hour week. Wow. You better listen. Some people don't want to listen to their divine masculine. That's okay. You're going to go on your journey, right? And then instead, it's amazing. Like, people don't have time no more. When I reflect with my buddy, we really had, it was a great time, 2020 for us, because we were already disconnected from that matrix. And had time to go to the hikes, and actually, it was like the world stopped, and you felt that beast system stop for a little bit of time. There's a little peace. If you're an empath, you see, I'm an empath. I feel a lot. It's tough out there, but that's why I have to be strong, and that's why God built our spiritual armor. Watch my full video, the new full armor of God. We got the new, we had the full armor of God. Now we had to have the new full armor of God. How intense has it been in a post-2020 world? You had to rise up. Big differentiation happened. Row84, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful for the support. I love you. Appreciate it. It's the new full armor of God. I know the super empaths are rising up. Watch out when the empath fully awakens. It's unstoppable. So you had your 3 T's. Toxins, traumas, negative thoughts. Toxins, trauma, negative thoughts disrupts that heart-brain coherence. And that's why you self-sabotage you don't listen to your heart. See what happens. Then we pull up Dr. Gabor, who speaks about this. That's why you're having these ailments, because you're not listening to your heart, girl. Because you're not listening to your heart and gut, brother. That gut's telling you, right? Avoid that Jezebel, right? Avoid that work. Avoid it, right? The heart saying, go to this divine feminine over here. This is the answer, right? Heart says, this is your path. But this path makes less money. Who cares? But what will my family think? Who cares? What do you think? What do you think? You have to make this decision. Your heart. All the time. Every time I went with the heart, it's a 100%er. I could sit here today with the palms, with the peace lily, in peace, because I went with the heart. If you are on this podcast today, and you're sitting there, and you're saying, but what will my family think? But what will my fake friends think? You lost the war for your soul. Period. It's always you. And I know the weak people in the world, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to take this as the answer 100% of the time. It is the I am, and that's why I'm here today. I could sit out here and give this. Millions of people could hear this. I could speak in the truth, and that's what we need in this world. You shrink yourself down, you live small, you fall. And that's why we are where we are today. We are your world champions. We are back-to-back quantum shifting champions. Yeah, we're going to have the t-shirt too. Back-to-back quantum shifting champions. I can't believe it. And did I want to do these things? No, I didn't want to do these things. I'm here to motivate you. Yeah. I could be empowering and I can make you laugh. Did I be honest with you, Dad? No, I didn't. I had no clue what was going on. So if you're subscribed to this channel, right? I pop up on your screen. I can assist you. And we all have to do it. But what we can do is the density of going through it. And maybe instead of taking 6 months to go through it, you could go through it in 1 month. In 1 month, we all have to go through it because we can't go back to that old world. See, we have a sense of self-respect. And once you've gained that self-respect and honor code, I speak about honor code. You learn that growing up in Brooklyn, honor code. You don't partake in things anymore once you see it. Can't waste your time with weak modern women. Can't do it, bro. Can't waste your time with the weak simps, the beta males that try to confuse you and lead you astray, divine feminine. You got to realize this. And again, we have to know thyself. Got to keep our women safe. And if it's the Jezebel spirit, you know how it works. This is how it is. Everyone is responsible for themselves now. I want to hear it. I want to tolerate it. I see some of the comments. It's always a few. It's the weak. It's the weak. And there's always going to be the weak. But people don't want to it's this heart right here. It's all this heart. And a lot of times people get triggered, right? This is the difference. On my journey, there were things I said, I didn't understand. Why do I have to go through this pain, this suffering? It's the answer. I got to step up like a man and do it. All the time. All the time. Some people don't want to do it. A lot of these concepts in life, they break it down into mental. This channel, you get your mentals up. Be strong mentally, not just physically. Because I know people, my buddy knows people, they faded in a post-2020 world. That's why you have to constantly, not constantly, but you have to have the mindset, right? So I teach balance on this channel. In this, window of time, I have an opportunity, reconnect with someone and I'm taking a step back from the gym for a few days. And for that's why we always have to have balance in life. We have to work on our neuroplasticity in life. And when you do different things, it's important in our lives when we're successful to have routines and rituals and show up and do these things. But every once in a while, we don't want to be caught in the loop, right? So when we're out of the loop, we come out of the loop and we do something different. And it is, so sometimes we need a break. What's up, Atma? I appreciate you being on. Appreciate everyone being here. So in a post-2020 world, what's happening right now? All of what the densities that have been inside, they have to be purged. The operating system has to change. If you're still operating from the brain first and not the heart, you fail. Today's about the heart. And relaxing. You got to be relaxed. And like the more and more that you will become conscious and aware of the world, you become conscious and aware, you can't go back. That's why when you observe and you finally observe something, you see the truth about something, and you're conscious and aware, you can never go back. Never go back. And that's why in the world, there are so many distractions on TV, fake social media influencers. You're distracted, right? That's what it is. So we have to make a conscious decision. And the conscious decisions that we make, this is why it's difficult. This is why you have to be a warrior. Because 95% of your life is the subconscious. So you have to take, basically, I'm just simplifying this so you understand why is this so hard, or why am I going through all these traumas that are leaving? All right, you have to take 5%, and you have to use that to override the 95% that's been running for years. And especially in that post 2020 world, what are the toxins, the traumas, and the negative thoughts? So when you see negative things on TV, you have these negative thoughts. A lot of them aren't even your thoughts. You pick it up from the ether. Negative thoughts. Uriel writes, once your eyes are open, there is no going back. Beautiful. There's no going back. Can't go back. You can't go back. So in our lives, once we've shifted, it's a very powerful thing. And you go through that's why humanity as a whole went through a very trying time of tribulation to be stronger, the Heinrich metamorphosis. And you go through the onslaught, and it's for your evolutionary gain. For humanity to evolve, you have to go through it, and we all had to go through it. People have no clue that these shifts are happening. People have no clue that the fires are going on. Someone just shared the flooding is going on. The micro and the macro. It's not how you start, it's who you become. Period. It's who you become. And we're leaving the ego at the door. We're understanding longevity, health, wellness. And then then through that frequency, I've seen many people fall, and I've seen many people rise. So this is when you see the split in the world right now. It's an inside job, and it must come from the inside. No one's going to do these things for you. And it's very difficult. I could sit here with my buddy, and we could people that we used to know, there's nothing we could say or do for them. They had to do it themselves, but they refused to do it themselves. They refused. I know you're an empath too. We're all empaths. We're actually very loving people. All right? Breathing all that smoke on the run, huh? Welcome, Florida. Yeah. Smoke everywhere. And no one cares. No, everyone, a lot of people, they're fluorinated. They're going to mainstream TV. They're scrolling on Instagram. Look at this, right? Look at this. There's a big differentiation that's going on, okay? However this world was going, it can't go on anymore. It can't go on anymore. Big differentiation. Absolutely. And that was that Heinrich metamorphosis. Do you realize this is not a coincidence, it's a synchronicity. So all the energies, for those that are new, I discussed the energies. We are in the fire horse year. You could put the horsemen of the apocalypse in the chat. And every sign is in Aries fire. It's all fire. Fire is the purification. It's the purification process. The humanity, the world, it must be purified. You personally, you go on an ascension journey, you have to be purified. I had to be purified. And I talk about my intermittent fasting, all these things. You want to get your health and wellness up, you click subscribe, take the journey. You have to, because God doesn't pour into old wineskins. There are people that are band-aiding an old job, and you could see the writing on the wall. You can't do that work anymore. That work's not even going to be here. Anyone want to comment about that? Like, this is assisting our, but that's not even going to be. That's not even going to be here in a year or two. Do you get it? You can't keep band-aiding these things. You got to see the writing on the wall. Once you've identified what that girl really is, what you've identified once that boy really is, can't do it. You wake up. And I get it. People don't want to change. So this is why it gets intense. People don't change until the pain of remaining the same exceeds the pain of change. Exceeds. Because change is painful. Any successful man that I talk to, we had to go through a time where we had to push through it. It will be painful, but other than that, and God will send you things and do things, there must be a change. There must be a change. Energy is the ability to cause change. So when you're feeling this in your heart, a lot of people felt this in the past week. I shared this recently. A lot of people resonated with the message. The energy came in. If people, it's your free will. If you choose to deny it, go on the loop again. That's your life. And then there's people that rise. The world is glitching. And there is no turning back. Holy Spirit Fire Warrior. I appreciate everyone being here. Can't go back. So this is where you have to understand the brain. And this is why people self-sabotage their life. Again, I'm just trying to assist you. If you know this, you can see it. And when you see it, you can course correct it. People go for survival over love, happiness, possibility. And that's where the brain, told you, that brain ruins your life. It's your brain. You deny your heart? Okay. So what you're doing is you go for survival over love, happiness, possibility. I know a lot of people, you don't have the love, happiness. But what you do is your brain gets you to go to that survival. Your nervous system, watch my full video on the nervous system reset. Your nervous system will say, this is why you have to be a warrior. This is why you have to be strong and spiritually sound and connected to God, connected to yourself, right? It will automatically go survival. You will say, oh, this relationship will, he or she will hurt me. Okay, I can't go after my dream because I might forfeit all my money. What will my family or friends think about me? Any of these things, I talk to the whole world. Ooh, I could talk to the whole world, right? So these are the things that go through the everyday life mind. This is going through the mind. What will I was this, right? I was that. This is my identity. I'm supposed to. You ain't supposed to do nothing. You are supposed to follow your heart. Heck, it was in the Sandlot. It was in The Sandlot. Remember The Sandlot? Tremendous. Follow your heart. You leave a legacy, and this legacy you leave is in the Akashic records. That's why a lot of people that have watched my journey, I'm only focused on this. Everything else is a byproduct of the income, the money is a byproduct of the love that comes in, right? The content of character of the girl or the guy that comes in is a byproduct of. And the repelling of negative jobs and negative narcissists, ooh, is a byproduct of. So it's always the heart chakra activation. You are putting out that. And that's why when you go in the room, you connect with like-minded people. And then there's people you got to get away from. I feel this very sensitive to it, right? There's people I love to be around. It actually, and it's like you're out of that fake matrix world when you're around them. And then there's people who say, I got to get out of here. Bliss Ablaze, thank you so much for the super chat and that beautiful rainbow unicorn. I love you, Bliss Ablaze. I'm so grateful for the support. Thank you. And I love the unicorn. We have to get the unicorns and rainbows. Life is not a unicorn and rainbow. I love you too. Life is not a unicorn and rainbow. Life is authentic. But we are attracting all the beautiful unicorns and rainbows into it. And it can be. And we don't want to go through the fake positivity at this time. You know about fake positivity? Not the fake positivity. You got to be authentic. But the way that you do this, and I'm sharing from my experience, like there are things that, the next phase in my life, I've always gone through seasons like this. And we don't have a stitch of evidence for the next phase of our everyday life. But what we do have are the previous seasons. And you could say to yourself, oh, I prayed for this, or I wanted to manifest this. I had these thoughts. This is what I desired for my future. And lo and behold, there it is in your everyday life. So you might not have the next manifestation or the next phase of your life physically there. But where you stay positive is, I know it's coming. Because look how every single time I thought about the palm trees, I thought about what I wanted to manifest, and it came. I know, without a shadow of a doubt, I know it's coming. And then you leave it alone. All answers come from your heart. I'm going to re-share that video today, JMix. I have a full video on Disclosure Day 2026 on the channel page. Click subscribe if you haven't. I'm so grateful if you do that. Okay? Appreciate everyone that does. This is grassroots over here. So everyone that clicks subscribe, I appreciate that. It really helps. So really think about this. I want you to feel this. Feel the vibrations. And that's why when I say it's always you can deny certain things. Over the course of time, I've seen these things happen. If I don't listen to the body that's giving me these signals from the nervous system and especially the heart chakra, it will not leave you alone. And you'll continue to go through it until you get on that plane, until you send the text message, until you go over to the love of your life, and instead of running away, until you say, you know what? I don't care what my friends and family, they're fake friends anyway. No, you're going to go after that dream job. It's hard. This is my identity. Look at all this money. I'm going to make less money. But maybe in the end, you wind up making, you don't realize it. You have to take the journey. It's a journey. It's not a trip. I know the rational brain trip. Listen to the message. The rational brain trip. The heart journey. A trip is planned. A journey has twists and turns. Are you ready for the journey of our everyday lives? And so it is. Very powerful message today. I'm so grateful for all the support and all the people. If the message resonated with you today, click the like button. So grateful for that. Click subscribe. If you're new, check out the previous videos. Very powerful. It catches you up. I'm grateful for everyone that newly subscribed. We're growing every single day. Let's keep the momentum going. So grateful for all of this. Okay, head over to Facebook as well. I have tremendous posts and reels and everything on Facebook as well. Grateful for the community. And, I shared that earlier. That's what you have to be focused on. Just don't be so concerned with the TV and losing yourself and fake people on social media influencers. Focus on your friends, your family, God, health, your 4 pillars. These are all the things that we discuss on this channel, and a lot of people don't have a clue that all of this is happening. So that's why we will see people rise this year, and some people might be left behind. You have the choice. It's an inner choice. Ascension is an inside job. Amy Sunshine Ray, thank you so much for the super chat. So proud of you, Royals. We made it. Thank you, Michael. I'm so grateful, Amy. We did make it. Relax. We're already here. And that's what's really important in life, because in the matrix world, it's designed to get you to come out of your, soul journey. Don't fall for the low-hanging fruit. Don't fall for things. Things will seem very difficult, or God might even have you hidden for a season in the wilderness. But that's where you hear the word of God. And that's where you know thyself. If you don't know thyself, you've lost the game. Are you ready to play the game? Because that's all life is. You're told to have a certain path in life. You're told by the TV. Ooh, the man on the TV told me. Ooh. Nah. Follow your heart, kid. It was always about your heart. I love you all. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going.